Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to step out onto the hard court again, this time with Topps Chrome Basketball 25-26. So as you can see, we have 4 hangers in front of you. I know I mentioned before that I probably wasn't going to bring this product, but I do believe the hangers are a nice value for what they are. So you only get 15 cards. They do cost about $19. Again, the nice part is if you find them at Target, you still get your little discount if you use their red card, so that helps out a little bit. So these are about the closest you're going to get to $1 a card. So that's why I picked them up. Not to mention, hangers are the first thing to go anytime I'm at any retail store. Walmart, et cetera, et cetera. So the fact that I saw these, I was like, let's do it. Did 2 separate transactions, but there were tons left over. They don't mind if you do that to an extent. The lady said, as long as you're not trying to buy the entire shelf and do, 20 transactions or something like that, they won't flag you or anything like that. So just a little piece of knowledge to pass along to you. But let's start ripping and we can kind of see what to expect. Should be pretty quick with just the 15 cards per. But ultimately, just kind of doing this to get some of the top rookies, and a little bit easier than the more expensive products like $50 a blaster or $85 for a mega box. Although I've seen pretty good luck coming out of both of those products as well. So I just don't want to pay that kind of money. It's just too much to me. So here we are. But the other thing that I found really cool about this, something to keep in mind if you're kind of on the fence about buying it, is a lot of thes guys never had Topps Chrome cards before. So similar to like the first year of Panini Prism, like those Kobe's and stuff like that go for a decent price. There's a chance that in the future, some of these guys that never had a card, SGA being, a prime example, they could go for more of a premium. Not to mention, there is the Chrome buyback to think about if that's something you're into. But actually, let's take a look at the box real fast. Chase exclusive Pulsar Parallels. Pulsar Parallels, nothing there. 15 cards, and I guess that's it. And yet another shot of Cooper Flag. Boy, a lot of people are going to be left with a lot of junk cards if he doesn't pan out. But let's see what we got here. Tyrese Maxey kicking us off. DeAndre Ayton, the next one. Gonna go nice and slow here. Mason Plumlee for the Suns. And we have Lauri Markkanen for the Jazz. Landscape cards are just so hard to show. I wish they could figure out a way to get the junk off these cards, man. Jalen Green, especially when you're paying this kind of price, it's a little more annoying to... We have our first rookie, Igor Demon for Brooklyn. Rookies seem to be a little more spread out in this product, whereas in the paper product, I feel like they were always towards the back of the product. They kind of feel a little more spread out. But Donovan Mitchell, Nolan Traore for, once again, Brooklyn. And we get a Pulsar of Josh Giddey, followed by a Carmelo Anthony. So these are just exclusive, I guess. But gorgeous looking cards. There's an SGA. Inspiration. Compete with yesterday. I don't know if that's maybe... Is that on every card, or is that their inspiration? I don't know. Jalen Brunson, his is a refractor, where SGA's is not. Oh, they put refractor right there in the middle. I always like to point that out for those that aren't sure. Noah Esengwe for the Bulls. Pat Connaughton and Jaden Hardy. So not a whole lot doing in the first box, but a couple of rookies, a couple of inserts, a couple of the Pulsars. So definitely have your chances at parallels, which is a good thing, right? Especially when you're looking for, wow, this one did not come off properly. Especially when you're looking for Mr. Flag, you want to get, as we say all the time, you do want to get some sort of parallel, because even the prices for his standard paper base cards, they're just not going to last. There's no way. It's just based on the amount that they printed, there's no way that his cards stay that price. Like even his standard base card, you go to card shows and you're still seeing it for at least $5. All right, Nikola Jokic. Excellent player. So another guy that I think is his first Topps Chrome. They could have made a killing if they put like first Topps Chrome on all the different cards that never had one before. Anthony Edwards. LaMelo Ball. Taurean Prince for the Bucks. Get the Hawks. Dyson Daniels. Landscape. Thaddeus Young. Pacers. Benedict Mathurin. Jaren Jackson on the Grizzlies. And our Pulsars are J. Sean Tate and Brandon Clark. Whoa, that's a gorgeous card. Serenity. LaMelo Ball. Inspiration. Oh yeah, they are different. Earn Everything. Champions Are Made. Nikola Jokic, also on a refractor. We got Kobe Brea. And Kyrie Irving, followed by DeMar DeRozan. So no sign of Mr. Flag in the first two. Really just hoping for a base card. Like just gonna stay in my collection. It's not something I plan on getting rid of or trying to make a whole bunch of money on. So that's where we're sitting. Maybe this one will have some better luck since it's starting out with a Maverick. But I think we also, I think it was just the one rookie maybe in that pack. See what we got here. Anyway, so as we said, Maverick kicking it off. Not Marshall. Najee Marshall. Kind of hard to read these. We have Matisse Thybulle. Rookie Derek Queen for the Pelicans. Andrew Wiggins on the Heat. Jonas Valanciunas on the Kings. Jaden McDaniels. T-Wolves. People still call them the T-Wolves. Eamon Thompson. And Jalen Williams. What do we got here? We got some couple flipped upside down. May just be our Pulsars, I guess. Jonas Valanciunas is our refractor. Followed by Herbert Jones on the Pulsar. Let's see where they write refractor. Oh, right under the number. Ball is Life. Ace Bailey. I'll take that. The inspirational seems to be the easiest ones to hit here. And Danny Wolf for the Brooklyn Nets. Youthquake. Oh, okay. That was hard to read, too. Let's just move that over since it's an insert. Let's see. Amari Williams. Once again, rookie. Tijen Saloon. And Bila Koulibaly. And like that, we're down to our very last hanger box. We will do a review here when we're all done. Because I think there's a couple different ways to look at this opening, right? So, like I was mentioning, obviously I did get a little bit of a discount since I used my Target card. But you know, for all intents and purposes, these cost $20. So there's still junk on it. Noah Asengwe, Pat Connaughton, Jaden Hardy, Max Kleber. Picture almost looks like computer generated or AI or something. That's something. T-Wolves, Jaden McDaniels, Eamon Thompson. Got some duplicates here. Jalen Williams, Sion James, another rookie there. Donovan Mitchell on the refractor. Another nice one. And Miles Bridges on the Pulsar. Activators, Con Kneppel. There we go. Followed by Destiny, Derek Queen. Man, those are two really nice inserts, which I haven't seen any of, so those are the first time. There's Mr. Wemby, first Topps Chrome, well, first licensed Topps Chrome, let's say. Malik Beasley and Rashawn Holmes. So no Cooper Flagg. Also no Dylan Harper. No, man, there's just junk all over these. That's going to get my OCD going. But anyway, so no Cooper Flagg. Like I said, lots of people. VJ Edgecombe, we didn't hit any of his. But the inserts are super nice. Like the Serenity, the Destiny, the Activators. Those are all really nice. I like those a lot. This seems to be the more common one, the Inspirational. I don't think that's just me. That's probably the case. The SGA inserts and stuff, because he's right now leading for MVP. The thing to remember, obviously, is inserts do not count. It's only the base cards and parallels of the base cards. So some nice pulsars, nothing numbered, of course. These are all just regular cards. But at $20, I mean, it's tough. Like I said, it's very close to $1 a card, about as close as you're going to get. In this case, I forget how many cards you get out of the mega box, which is almost what we spent here. So if you say $20 a box, you're at right around $80, and you can find them for $85. At the Target I was at when I picked these up, they did have megas, but I went with the hangers because I just thought the hangers would be more lucky for us, or yeah, I guess that's the word, luckier. But we did okay. Like I said, got some really nice looking stuff, especially the Con Kneppel here, Activators. I mean, yeah, it is an insert card. It's not his base card. Reminds me of the Metal series, which is really cool. But at the same time, he's kind of the number 2 right now. Like it looks like Cooper Flagg is going to definitely be the Rookie of the Year. But Kneppel's playing extremely well. So guy to keep an eye on for sure. But back to the product. So about $20 a piece. So you end up with, what did we end up getting? 60 cards, right? So 60 cards for $80. One way to look at it, right? So still going to end up with a lot of base. I mean, that's essentially what hangers are, right? They're maybe 2/3, maybe a little more than 2/3 base. So something to keep in mind. But you never know, man. You could hit some really cool stuff out of these, and you really just never know. So it's all about your own ability, right? Or do you have the the resources to spend this kind of money on the product? If you do, then definitely go for it. But I would say that that's one thing to keep an eye on, and I would also advise against just buying too much of it, because I feel like the more the blasters sit, the more the megas sit, which they seem to be at a lot of stores. That hopefully that'll signal something to Topps that maybe this price is just a little bit too darn high for sports cards, which I'm going to maintain the entire time. I know I bought a little bit, which goes against that thought, I guess, but I feel like there's something has to be done, because if this kind of trend continues, I mean, in 2, 3, maybe 5 years, you could be looking at like $100 for a freaking mega box, that's just nuts. Like you're just not getting enough in there for that. Even if they guaranteed you and a hit, most of the time, let's face it, it's going to be a relic that means nothing. but I guess it does make you feel a little bit better. But at $100, that's still just nuts. So it's just, I think there has to be an end in sight somewhere, and hopefully the shrinkflation will stop. But with that said, I'll stop babbling about that. This is the best entry if this is what you're looking for. Of course, buying singles is always going to be the way to go. I haven't been to a card show of recent to see what a Cooper Flag base card goes for there. I know the base cards on eBay are still going for upwards of $20, which I think is still kind of insane. But it's just the nature of the market right now, right? So with that said, let's put a bow on this one, wrap it up. I think the final word on it is buy it if you're looking for a nice cheap entry into basketball Topps Chrome, and even then, it's not very cheap. But with that said, let's wrap things up. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. If you could head down below, click the subscribe button, click the like while you're there. If you want to hit the notifications while you're there, they'll let you know when we put out videos. We put out videos every Monday and Friday. And I would love to have you along for the ride. The whole name of the game here is to have some fun, maybe give you guys a little bit of information so that you can make your own decisions on what you want to buy or what you might want to buy for, your kiddos or something like that. And the last thing I want to say is just thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for the last few years. We're getting close to my, I believe, 5-year anniversary doing this stuff. So pretty darn cool. And like I said, you guys are the driving force for that. The fact that you watch anything that I create or comment on anything I create, or like I said, we talk at a card show or something like that. That's the kind of stuff that, kind of makes me perk up, makes me smile and happy and all that kind of stuff. So I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you for all of that. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys on out of here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.